Mike's Daily Podcast.
FF episode 1178. Hello, it's Mike Matthews broadcasting from Cafe Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley Mont. And today, we are celebrating. It's the post-Basil the Boxer post-party. It was his birthday yesterday. He was so happy that... Because I took him for 2 walks, and I gave him a lot more...
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Crap off my plate that I shouldn't have. But that's... Basil the Boxer is awesome.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And it was his birthday yesterday, and he turned 8. He's an awesome dog. I think he's really great. I think that when I sing like Elmer Fudd, Wabbit, it makes you want to dance and grab it. Grab the device that you're listening to this to and throw it out the window.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
It's okay, you can do that. Do that, go ahead. Do that right now. Very good.
Mike's
So today,
Daily
I wasn't even going to do a show,
Podcast.
but I thought I'd be in here today and be warm and fuzzy Mike today. Instead of satirical, snarky, bitter old 47-year-old, I thought I would be happy Mike today. Happy because I found out my ex-wife is pregnant. Not with my child, of course. Whoa, no, she's happy. She's been dating this guy for a while. They're not married yet, but you know what? Don't judge. But they're happy, and that's cool. And I wish her all the best. She's much younger than me. Oh, so much younger. No, not that much younger. Well, yeah, she's younger. But she's like in her mid-30s, right? So she wants to have a baby and all that. So whatever, I'm happy for her. It was, it's always a bit of a shock for the men out there that have ex-wives that get pregnant. You're kind of, it's a little bit interesting. Sort of like when women find out that their ex-husbands or boyfriends are getting remarried and having kids. So, but regardless, I wish her all the best. And regardless, it was Basil the Boxer's birthday yesterday. So I thought I'd jump in here, do a podcast for you today. And also, we've got some interesting news. We'll bring it to you in this segment called the MIKELOPEDIA INSANICA. And we also have Chely Shoehart stopping by. In fact, here she is.
Hi, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, gift shop supervisor. Oh my God, that's like so mature of you.
Of me to do what?
Of you, like on your ex-wife. It's like you're not bitter or anything.
No, I guess I'm not bitter.
Mike, so many people are bitter. They're like really bitter, and they think about their exes, and they get bitter, and they go, and bile, and stuff.
That's true, Chely. A lot of people with their exes get really upset, and they just get heated up.
Mike Matthews, I get heated up when I think about my ex, Ryan Gosling Jr.
I still really can't believe that he's your ex. Ouch. Oh, okay, I believe he's your ex.
It's true, Mike Matthews.
He had a really good body in that movie. What was that, Crazy Love?
Yeah, nobody remembers that.
Nobody does remember that movie, huh? It kind of came and went. Oh, well. But thank you, Chely, for stopping by.
No problem, Mike Matthews. Can I leave now?
Yeah, you can go. Luca walked in as she left. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere, the engineer. We love Renee Zellweger and are so glad that she came out with a new movie. Mm-hmm. Yes, she is amazing. I think she's aged well. She looks pretty much the same, squinty-eyed and sassy. And the ex of Kenny Chesney, is she bitter about him? I don't think so. She refutes all the gay claims about Kenny Chesney, so that's good. I think she's a happy individual, has a movie out, and yeah, good for her. You can't be all bitter. There is some good things about the marriage, and I actually still live in the house that we were married in. We were living in there for about 4 years, and she did all the decorating, and I don't know how to decorate worth a darn, so I left her stuff up. And when people come into the house, they go, Mike, what a great decorator you are. And I'm like, yeah. Well, if it's a woman that says that, I go, yes, I am. And if it's a guy, I go, my ex-wife did all this. But my house is frozen in the year 2000, I guess 2012, 2011, somewhere in there. It's frozen in that year, all the decorations. And it probably will be frozen in that year for many years to come. Because I'm a guy, and that's how I roll. Hey, let's get to the segment. Oh, before I get to the segment, let me plug my website, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Go there to see the podcast picture. Oh, here's a podcast picture for today.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Today's podcast picture is of the wonderful area in Podcastro Valley where the golf course is. I don't know the name of it. It's changed names. Is it the Willow Golf Course or something else now? I don't know. But it's a driving range, and they got this lake. And I was walking Basil the Boxer around there, and I took a picture just as the sun had gone down, and it's an interesting shot. See that there at MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Right after I took that, we saw some deer, which is not unusual in Podcastro Valley. I saw some deer yesterday when I was walking Basil on his birthday walk. And he wanted to chase after him. But it was hot. If you are living in the Bay Area, you know what I'm talking about. It was probably one of the hottest days of the year yesterday. It's supposed to be cooler today, but dang. And I didn't want my dog running around in the heat. He's a boxer. He'll get overheated. And that's today's tip for
the word of dog.
Yes, indeed, the word of dog. All right, but now we have another segment, the MIKELOPEDIA INSANICA.
The MIKELOPEDIA INSANICA.
When I lived in the South, I did not walk on the Appalachian Trail. I shoulda, but I didn't. And at a time when endurance running no longer means mere marathons, and even a 100-mile race is they're attracting the masses. Carl Metzler, a former ski resort bartender, has proved he can suffer longer and faster than almost anyone else, according to nytimes.com. When he staggered onto Springer Mountain in Georgia before dawn on Sunday, he set a record for completing the Appalachian Trail. He covered the 2,190 miles over 14 states in 45 days, 22 hours, and 38 minutes. Wow. Wow shuts wow. Maybe this should have been the Wow shuts wow segment.
Wow shuts wow.
But it's not. He is 48. Hey! He's like my age. He's a little different from other titans of the newly booming ultra running scene. He is 6 years older than Scott Jurek, who was featured in the best-selling book about barefoot endurance running, Born to Run, and who set the former Appalachian Trail record last year for 46 days, 8 hours, 7 minutes. In a sport checkered with mantras like clean living, Jurek sustained his trek on a vegan diet. Staples of Metzler's diet, by contrast, include Red Bull, Tang. Yes, because he's 48, and like me, he grew up on Tang. Jurek incurred a $500 fine and public outrage for opening champagne at the summit of Mount Katahdin in Maine during his record run. When Metzler finished Sunday, he walked down the mountain, sat in a chair, and sated himself with pepperoni pizza and a beer. It was the latest milestone in an unusual professional racing career. Metzler moved to Utah to ski in 1989, started running the next year. He came to long-distance racing in his late 20s. Primarily a skier, he worked as a bartender at the Snowbird Ski Resort, but took summers off to run. Now based in Sandy, Utah, he became an ultra runner in 1996 after completing a 100-mile race nearby in just over 28 hours. In a sport built on superlatives, faster, longer, more, his 100-mile trail race portfolio is formidable. He has won 38 of them, more than anyone else in the world. But the Appalachian Trail is a particular challenge because this was Metzler's third attempt, and his first since Jurek said it last year. He tried once in 2008, finishing a week off the record. In 2014, he dropped out with 600 miles left. As we go outside a cafe anyway, we're bringing you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley, Mont. Oh, in other news, I guess another Samsung phone caught fire, but this time using a different type of battery because it was somewhere, was it in China or Japan? But that's interesting because now that opens up a whole another can of worms for Samsung, as all the lemmings are buying the iPhone 7s in this wonderful world in which we live, where dogs have birthdays and ex-wives have babies and houses are frozen in early 2010s. I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you for stopping by. I'm glad I did today's show, albeit a short one. Tomorrow, maybe a little more content, maybe not, maybe less. We'll see. Have a great Monday.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Email Mike now at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!